Uprising. Welcome to today's show. It's not a surprise, I guess, at this point, yet another music video from Katy Perry. More of the same symbols, more of the same signs, and of course paying homage to a witch. Of course, a witch that we are supposed to believe is really a saint. A witch who was ordained a saint by the Catholic Church, right? More of this stuff that we all get lied into believing. Oh, this person was a hero. This person has got a long-lasting legacy. And all of them are connected to witchcraft and sorcery and Freemasonry and all of the secret societies. But again, it's Katy Perry here, for crying out loud. Nobody's surprised that we're seeing the same crap over and over again from her. But I mean, really, how much more obvious can you get? So the video starts and it's supposed to be, old-time Katy Perry and, inside of her castle. And of course she gets woken up by some woman playing a trumpet, sounding the trumpet. Obviously we know what is really going to happen when the trumpets sound. And it says, "Wake the hell up." And of course has lightning bolts right on the little drape there that's hanging off of the trumpet. Wake the hell up. And the lightning bolts, again, are symbolic of Lucifer, of Lucifer's fall. It's referenced in Scripture, in Luke chapter 10, verse 18, "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." Again, that's why you always see all of these musicians with lightning bolts, whether it's Marilyn Manson, Kiss, David Bowie with it on his face. It's not because they're huge fans of thunderstorms. Again, it's not because they're fans of hurricanes. They're hurricane watchers in their spare time and they chase down tornadoes. Okay? This is how they operate. They use these signs and symbols to pay homage to Lucifer, the one that they worship. So you see the lightning bolts, and then how ironic, of course, it says, "Wake the hell up." Right? Ironic, I think not. Then we get Katy Perry in bed. And I've covered this on my last channel. The video got taken down. I should re-upload it. But you see the roses surrounding her, right? And throughout the video, that's a common theme. The theme of seeing the roses. Well, the roses represent the Rosicrucian order. And members that claim that the leaders of the Rosicrucian order had invented Freemasonry. And Freemasons became Rosicrucianists. And Rosicrucianism was established in many of the Freemason lodges. So that's why you see roses all the time, not because they love flowers, but because it's their favorite flower and they just want to make sure that everybody knows it, so they show it to you over and over. No, they are showing you these signs and symbols. They always are using the same ones in repetition over and over. Then, of course, you see Napoleon handing her a cup of coffee. Napoleon, of course, can be seen countless times in paintings doing the hidden hand, right? You can see the hidden hand in most of the paintings drawn and depicting him. Another Masonic symbol, another symbol they use to show what rank they are, to let others know that they're in the Brotherhood. So they have Napoleon, of course, there with his Napoleon coffee. Not a coincidence why they chose him to be there. And then the video goes on, and Katy Perry's disgusted kind of with the guy she's with. They push for women's empowerment. Most Katy Perry's videos are about women's empowerment, about trans and all that stuff. So you see, she wants to break free from this control that she's under as far as how she has to dress and how she has to look. And then, of course, we see a book called Joan, referencing Joan of Arc. And Katy Perry fantasizing and then becoming Joan of Arc. Now, of course, it can't be much more obvious than this. You see the all-seeing eye right on her armor. What are we supposed to believe? That the Joan of Arc has become an optometrist in her, in the afterlife? Or before Joan of Arc was burned at the stake, she dabbled in eye care to help people remove their contact lenses? I don't think so. Clearly, it's just another all-seeing eye, but everybody thinks we're all cuckoo and we're all crazy. Oh, right, they're doing it to troll us. And it's not a coincidence that she's wearing this rainbow outfit with the all-seeing eye, right? This LGBT, hijacking of the rainbow, which is God's promise to never flood the earth again. They've hijacked this symbol. It's obviously now the symbol for the LGBT, at least as far as society is concerned. Now, us Christians, we know what it really means. But when they're doing it in this video, she's obviously not paying homage to God. She's paying homage to her LGBT buddies and the agenda that is here. So you see her with the eye, and you see her dressed up in the rainbow outfit. Now, she is depicting Joan of Arc. So the story goes of Joan of Arc, if you don't know, a peasant girl who lived in medieval France. She believed that God had chosen her to lead France to victory in its long-running war with England. She had heard voices, is what she claimed. She had heard voices, and with no military training, Joan convinced the embattled Crown Prince Charles to allow her to lead the French army to the besieged city of Orleans, where it achieved a monumental victory over the English and their French allies. That's how the story goes. Later on in Joan's life, of course, they claim that this is all stuff that wasn't true, and that this was just, crazy Christians doing crazy things. Like it says here, Joan of Arc, from witch to saint, because now she's considered a saint in the Catholic Church. What a coincidence, right? We all know the corruption of the Catholic Church and the Vatican and what they're all about. But it says in the trial that followed, Joan was ordered to answer to 70 charges against her, including witchcraft, hearsay, and dressing like a man. So Joan of Arc was getting down with the trans agenda back then, dressing up like a man. Of course, they'll tell you tales. Well, she had to dress up like a man to hide. But if you read deeper into the story, it seems like she just really liked doing it, because she was demanded not to do it, and she kept doing it. It's not like they couldn't tell who she was. 70 charges against her, including witchcraft. So you think it's a coincidence that Joan of Arc was turned into a saint? Oh, it was a big misunderstanding. They should never have done it. It was for political reasons, right? And then you get this witch, Katy Perry, who's been seen at the Salem Witch Walk, who's buying the house Charles Manson, the Manson family, I should say, committed those murders in, who has songs like Dark Horse, where she dresses up like an Egyptian in her live performance, dresses up like a witch and performs rituals. That's all coincidence, right? These people aren't witches. They're not obsessed with witchcraft. Here they are just honoring another witch and Joan of Arc. So May 1431, after a year in captivity and under the threat of death, Joan relented and signed a confession denying that she ever received divine guidance. So she was saying that she ended up lying, that God never told her to do it, but she was practicing witchcraft. So who do you think told her to? Several days later, however, she defied orders again by donning men's clothing, and authorities pronounced her to a death sentence. On the morning of May 30th, at the age of 19, Joan was taken to the old marketplace, and she was burned at the stake. Her fame only increased after her death. However, and 20 years later, a new trial ordered by Charles VII cleared her name long before Pope Benedict the 15th canonized her, In 1920, Joan of Arc had attained mythic stature, inspiring numerous works of art and literature over the centuries, and becoming the patron saint of France. We still hear about Joan of Arc to this day, just like we hear about all of these people who were tied into witchcraft and Freemasonry. So that's what she's paying homage to in the video. And again, Joan of Arc with the cross-dressing, so it fits in with the agenda here that Katy Perry is wearing the rainbow outfit, promoting transgenderism and cross-dressing and all these things that are an abomination to God. It's not a coincidence that, of course, she starts going against, you can even see here she plays a video game. They're trying to make this like virtual reality kind of thing of Joan of Arc against the prince, and Joan of Arc, her logo again has the all-seeing eye in it. And then, of course, she's sentenced to death. She gets beheaded. Joan of Arc shows up. Obviously, it really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, it's showing you altars. Katy Perry's altar, one of her altars at least, because she's playing the role of these two people here. One of this good conservative girl who's breaking free, and then of her bad side, the Joan of Arc side. And all these people are cheering. Then Joan of Arc shows up again wearing her LGBT and all-seeing eye outfit. So all of this stuff, repetition. And it's not a surprise that it comes from barfbag herself, Katy Perry, who is one of these people who have been pushing the LGBT propaganda for so long now, getting people to accept this, brainwashing young girls out there into thinking that this is wonderful and everybody should be doing it. obviously paying homage to Joan of Arc. And listen, people are going to have different takes on it. They go, no, Joan of Arc's a saint. She's a saint. Well, I don't know, listen, when the Catholic Church ordains somebody as saint, that should be enough for you to raise your eyebrow and go, all right, why are they giving this person a legacy? And I'm not saying that all saints, I'm not getting into that kind of a debate. But Joan of Arc was tied to witchcraft. Joan of Arc was hearing voices, and she even admitted it wasn't from God. So see how all this stuff works? It still ties into witchcraft and sorcery, but they go, oh, she got a bad rep. These crazy Christian people killed her because she was involved in witchcraft, and witchcraft's not real. So these people were making it up for political purposes. That's how they work with all this stuff. They never come out and go, oh, this person was hung and killed for witchcraft, because they were performing these rituals that involved killing of pets and animals and blood sacrifice and even child raping and child sacrifice. No, they wouldn't admit that stuff. They just go, witchcraft's not real. Yet we see all of these celebrities paying homage to these witches day in and day out. So it's just not a surprise, again, Katy Perry, every time she makes a video, she has to do something along these lines. But how many times can you see these people wearing all-seeing eyes in their clothes, and people just think it's like they're trolling us? Yeah, they got nothing better to do. Katy Perry's got millions of dollars. The people making the video, millions of dollars, and they want to troll a YouTuber like me with 70,000 subs after they already deleted my main channel with 250,000 subs. They can just delete my channels. Okay, they're not going to put millions of dollars into these budgets to troll channels like mine and other YouTubers. They're doing it for a reason. They're indoctrinating people with these symbols. And people are thinking it's a huge joke because they're using humor and they're using sarcasm to get away with this stuff. So this is Katy Perry. More barf from her. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.